Thanks again for joining us. We begin with a break in a case that involved the fatal shooting of a Champlin Park high school student. Diamond Manley was found shot to death earlier this month in a vehicle in the city of Ramsey. Manley was set to graduate from Champlin Park this spring. The death sent shockwaves through the school. This week, law enforcement agencies from Anoka and Ramsey counties announced the arrests of 4 teenage boys. They range in age from 15 to 17 years old. Charges are pending and a motive for the shooting has not yet been disclosed. At the Capitol, state lawmakers could soon decide on whether to fund new roadside screening tools to detect drivers impaired by drugs. Last year, law enforcement from 41 agencies across the state rolled out 2 oral fluid testing instruments to detect 6 different drugs, including marijuana. Public safety officials say the devices proved nearly as accurate as blood or urine tests. The Office of Traffic Safety recently shared those results with state lawmakers.
If it's determined that the instruments would be a welcome, valuable additional traffic safety tool, legislative approval will be required for the devices to be used by law enforcement across the state.
Each of the testing instruments cost about $5,000. Have you ever been pulled over by a police officer? And if so, how did that make you feel? Well, today we get to learn the other side of it by stepping into the shoes of a police officer. As Corey Bork reports, a group of Brooklyn Park High School students had that opportunity. Here is what they learned.
The first thing I always do, hands down, is I introduce myself.
Inside the Brooklyn Park Police Station,
This is who I am, this is why I'm talking to you.
Champlin Park High School student Sora Hamza is learning what it's like to pull someone over.
You have your driver's license, proof of insurance on you. And now as you look at those, you can say, any idea how fast you were going? Have them guess.
Officer Dane Lazenberry is showing him how it's done.
You're all set? Okay.
In this scenario, Sora will question someone who is speeding.
Don't slam that door.
Now for the moment of truth.
She gave you the driver's license and the insurance.
The next step, run that driver's license and make a decision.
What enforcement action are we going to take, whether it be a warning or a ticket, to educate?
Nope, just a warning from Officer Sora.
I respect that decision.
It was cool to, be on the other side. I've been pulled over, so it was kind of cool to see what it's like from a police officer's perspective.
You're always facing towards that car.
He's just one of a dozen students who are part of a new Brooklyn Park Youth Advisory Team.
Right, so you're stopping for failing to maintain lane.
Who meet monthly with police.
There you go, let's do it.
Allowing them to ask questions and share concerns.
I've never really learned or know how it feels to be pulled over, but even watching in different media and how that's portrayed, it kind of scares me.
Not everyone knows how to control their emotions when they get pulled over, so just learning what to do and how to communicate with the officer.
The goal is to break down police myths.
It's a difficult job to kind of explain because so much of it is in the gray, as we would say. And there's so many different variables.
And for these students, share with their friends what they learned.
They're not really out to get you. It's not for fun, they're just trying to keep the road safe.
In Brooklyn Park, Corey Bork, CCX News.
In a previous session, the students learned about another topic that's been in the news, how local police handle the issue of immigration. Economists are keeping an eye on the impact of new federal tariffs, and so are local businesses. Reporter Kevin Miller shares how they're affecting a brewery in Plymouth.
In the beer business,
free agency 17 and the New Zealand 16.
A cooler full of cans is a common sight.
Anything else I can get you?
Loose Line Brewing keeps a fridge fully stocked in the tap room.
You want a bag for that?
But with President Donald Trump's tariffs on imported goods,
well, enjoy these. These are good.
There could be higher prices when you swipe your card.
The challenge with this whole situation is that it's really hitting us hard in a few key areas.
Tim Nauman is the owner of Loose Line Brewing.
All of our distribution is in cans made of aluminum, and aluminum is another category that's been hard hit.
Nauman says a 25% tariff on imported aluminum and steel will increase costs for his business. But there's more to it than aluminum cans.
Barley is a significant part of our overall ingredients mix. The U.S. imports more barley from Canada or Mexico. They're 2 biggest trading partners in barley.
Loose Line was expecting price increases and tried to stock up on ingredients early, buying what they can domestically.
In doing that, we don't foresee that we're going to be raising prices in our tap room. We're also trying to keep the distribution cost to our channel down as best we can.
The chance that tariffs could continue pushing up costs bring concern with each new can.
In the short term, it's very disruptive. It makes it harder to plan around, and not everybody is going to be as nimble as we are. Many small businesses are going to be badly hurt by this.
But even if prices increase, he hopes customers will still support their local brewery.
What we are offering is, kind of an inexpensive luxury item. It's not a huge expense for a great experience.
Cheers. Cheers.
In Plymouth, Kevin Miller, CCX News.
Loose Line is also planning to open their tap room 7 days a week. They've previously been closed on Mondays. They hope the extra day brings in more foot traffic. The new business in Maple Grove opened with a bang. A confetti celebration marked the grand opening of Slick City in Maple Grove. It's Minnesota's first indoor slide park. It's described as a waterless water park. Owners Mike and Annie Kelly say Maple Grove went above and beyond to help them open the concept.
We have had such great support from Maple Grove, from surrounding communities. Everyone has really jumped in and said, how can we help? What can we do? And that feels awesome.
Slick City boasts 14 indoor slides. The business says it's suitable for all ages, not just kids.
The Maple Grove boys basketball team is in the state tournament for the first time since 2021. Jay Wilcox has highlights of their impressive quarterfinal round game.
Fourth seed Maple Grove set to face fifth seed Apple Valley in the state class 4A boys basketball quarterfinals. Maple Grove goes inside early. Nathan Ramadka hits the third of three quick jump hooks, and it's 9-4 Crimson. Keegan Harney gets the steal and goes all the way in for a layup plus a foul, and Maple Grove goes up 15-8. Apple Valley gets it going. Tylen Ward to Justin Cowan for the fast break jam here. Kamari Young is tough to stop. He has 6 first-half hoops and 22 points in all. The Eagles are within 1. Harney hits a late three to end the first half with 16 points, and Maple Grove is up by 4, 32-28 at halftime. It's all Crimson in the second. The cross screen frees Ramadka for 2 more, and their lead is 7. Babakar Ann with a nice dish to Soren Berman for the hoop and foul, and Maple Grove goes up 52-38. Ramadka pours in 17 in the second half and 23 for the game as the Crimson blow this one open. Ann drives to throw down a dunk to put an exclamation point on a 74-51 Crimson win. They face top seed Creighton-Durham Hall in the semifinals Thursday. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Wayzata's boys basketball team is in the state tournament for a 5th straight season. The second-seeded Trojans were tested in their tournament opener.
Wayzata boys basketball state class 4A quarterfinals Tuesday afternoon, taking on Moorhead at Target Center. Great start for the 7th-seeded Spuds. Rain Battle knocks down the mid-range jumper. Big first half for the senior. Moorhead up early, 7-2. Brian Zarazua pops open in the corner and hits a three-pointer from there. Moorhead leads 19-11. Wayzata chips away. Xavier Ivy scores a big three-pointer. Trojans within 2. Christian Wiggins was quiet offensively in this one. Just 2 baskets in the game for the Wayzata junior. This 3 was part of an 11-2 scoring run. Check out this steal and huge dunk from Battle, throwing it down for 2 more of his 18 first-half points. Wayzata, though, leads by a point at halftime. Big game for Wyatt Macbeth. The Wayzata senior with an offensive rebound, put back, and he's fouled. Trojans up 6. Isaac Olmstead knocks down some big shots down the stretch, including this three-pointer. Wayzata wins 61-52. They play Shakopee in the state semifinals Thursday at 8 at Williams Arena.
Totino Grace boys basketball is shooting for a 4th straight state championship in Class 3A. Ches Moots has highlights from day 1.
Totino Grace boys basketball back at Williams Arena for a fourth straight season. The Eagles are a 2-seed in the Class 3A bracket, taking on the 7-seed Duluth-Denfeld. In the first few minutes of the game, Malachi Hill dished to Dothan Ijidembola, good gather and score for 2. A few possessions later, it's Hill sharing the rock some more, gets to the heart of the defense, kick-out corner. Will Ferris bombs away from 3. Denfeld kept it close early, though. Marnarius Ferguson was doing everything for the Hunters. He went 13 of 28 from the field and scored 41. Chase Watley, nice find to Tion Chapman, 20 team assists to just 7 turnovers for Totino Grace. Watley was putting the ball in the hoop all afternoon as well. Pretty finish between defenders. He put up 23 on 19 of 16 shooting. Right before halftime, some good defense from Daniel Zoa leads to a fast break. Watley rewards Zoa with the slam on the other end. TG up 11 heading into the locker room. In the second half, Watley running the show. Denfeld loses track of Vince Jacob, one of 3 triples from the senior. Watley wasn't the only Eagle guard with 23 points on the afternoon. Hill did the same, and they each recorded 6 assists. 9 different Eagles scored in an 88-72 win over the Hunters. In Minneapolis, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
In addition to Totino Grace, Wayzata, and Maple Grove, Breck was another local school to win Tuesday. The Mustangs beat Montevideo 73-49 in the 2A quarterfinals.